5 mental flips that make German start feeling logical, usable, and real. Especially if you are at A1 or A2 and trying to bridge the gap between I studied German and I can survive Germany. This is important because you started learning German or already have an A1 or A2 certificate, but you still sweat when you open an email from a German university or an employer because you can't find a simple yes or no hidden behind the complex German grammar. And why is it so? Because you are trying to drive a German car with an English GPS. Having a certificate doesn't mean you can speak German. It just means you passed a test. And today we are deleting your English brain and installing the German Logic OS. No more random rules, no boring textbook drills, just the 5 mental flips. And we start with the biggest pain point of all, word order. English is like a stream language. Meaning comes at you in a straight line. I'm starting the meeting. You get the action almost immediately. But German often behaves like a frame. It gives you part of the structure early and then makes you wait for the rest. That is why German feels mentally heavier to beginners. Not because it is harder, because it asks your brain to hold more information before the meaning fully lands. Take for example this. Ich habe gestern das Buch gelesen. You have habe early, but the real action only feels complete when gelesen arrives. Or with the separable trennbar verb, ich fange heute mit dem Deutschkurs an. You meet fange at the start, but the meaning is unfinished until un shows up at the end. That is a trap. Most learners treat German like English, word by word, left to right, hoping meaning arrives smoothly. But German often says, wait, hold, build the frame first. A quick test for you here. Which part completes the meaning here? Ich rufe dich morgen. Exactly, an. Without the tail, your brain is still waiting. So here's the trick. The verb bracket scan. Stop reading German like a stream. Start scanning for the verb frame. When you read a sentence, train your eyes to notice 3 things first. First, the finite verb. Second, the tail if there is one. Third, the signal word like while, thus, when, ob. Because those signal words warn you. The sentence may hold the action until later. So stay patient. This one habit will make German emails feel less chaotic almost immediately. Because now you are no longer hunting word by word. You are tracking the structure. And once you understand the frame, German stops feeling messy. It starts feeling engineered. Now let's fix the thing everybody hates. Der, die, das. Most learners were taught German gender like this. Memorize it, suffer, move on. That is why people say ridiculous things like German thinks a table is a male. No, that is wrong mental model. In real German, gender is not useful because it is cute. It is useful because it helps carry information. Think of it as a navigation system. English lost most of its case system, so English depends heavily on word order. The dog bites the man is very different from the man bites a dog. German has more flexibility because articles and ending carry more of the job. Look at this idea. Der Hund, den Hund. That change matters. It helps you what role the noun is playing. So the point of learning der die das is not to memorize random labels. The point is to build a sentence map. So never ever learn the nouns alone. Do not learn it like Tisch, Garten, Termin. Everyone does this mistake at A1 and A2 level. And later at B2 level, they try to fix it. And believe me, it is very painful at that moment. So you should learn like der Tisch, der Garten, der Termin from start of your German journey. And even better, whenever possible, learn the plural too. Because if you separate the noun from the article, you are stripping away part of the navigation data. This is where a lot of A1 and A2 learners get stuck. They think they are memorizing vocabulary, but they are actually memorizing half of the word. And half the word is not enough. Now, let me show you one of the most useful shortcuts in beginner German. Forget the scary grammar labels for a second. Think in physics. With certain prepositions, especially the famous two-way prepositions like in, auf, unten, über, vor, hinten, neben, German often asks one question. Are you moving towards a place or you are already there? That's it. If there is movement towards a destination, you often get accusative. If it's static location, you often get dative. That's all. So remember this. Movement, destination, often accusative. Location, that you're already there, often dative. Examples: Ich gehe in den Garten. I'm going to the garden. Movement: Ich bin im Garten. I'm in the garden. Location: or Ich lege das Handy auf den Tisch. I put the phone onto the table. So it's a movement. Das Handy liegt auf dem Tisch. The phone is on the table. It's a location. Now suddenly grammar is not abstract anymore for you. You can actually see it with your eyes. You can do it yourself. Take your phone right now, move it towards the table, and you say auf den Tisch. Leave it there, auf dem Tisch. Same word, different logic. And that's the key. Do not memorize this as a rule on paper only. Train it physically. Touch objects, move objects, describe your room. Because beginners do not need more theory here. They need a working visual instinct. Once your brain sees German cases as movement versus position in space, a huge piece of grammar becomes practical. Not beautiful, but practical. And practical wins. Now let's fix something learners almost never notice. That is, why do some A2 learners sound grammatically correct but still strange? Because language is not only grammar. Language is also social texture. English often uses pitch and tone to soften things. German does that too. But everyday German also uses tiny softening words and phrasing choices that make you sound more human. For example, helfen Sie mir. On its own, depending on tone and context, it can sound very blunt. Now compare that with könnten Sie mir bitte kurz helfen? Suddenly it feels more natural, more social, more human. And in everyday spoken German, tiny words can add warmth or softness. For example, bitte, mal, kurz, doch, eben. These can add warmth or softness. These words do not always translate neatly. That is why learners ignore them. But native German uses them constantly. So, a robot German will say, warten Sie. But a human German might say, warten Sie bitte kurz. Robot German says, kommen Sie. Human German might say, kommen Sie mal kurz mit. Now, very important thing. Do not force these words everywhere. And do not panic trying to master every modal particle at A1 level. You do not need to sound native right now. But you do need to stop sounding like every sentence came from a grammar app. Your first goal is simple. Move from grammatically possible to socially natural. So, for the next 30 days, listen for these tiny flavor words in real speech. Bitte, mal, kurz, doch. Do not just ask, what does this mean? Ask, what feeling does this carry? What tone does it soften? What social function does it serve? That is when your German stops sounding assembled and starts sounding lived in. Now let's talk about something that is not really grammar. It is social calibration. A lot of German learners think German politeness is about being warm or cold. Not exactly. It is often about reading the context correctly. And the biggest symbol of it is du und sie. In many younger workplaces, startups, creative teams, and student environments, du is very common now. But that does not mean formal German disappeared. At the Bürgeramt with officials, in legal settings, with strangers in formal service situations, with older professionals, or in high distance professional contexts, Z still matters. So here's the wrong way to think about it. Do means friendly, Z means unfriendly. No. The better way to think about it is do and Z are social settings. They tell people how much distance, respect, and formally the moment requires. That is why the same person may use do with colleagues at the team dinner and switch back to a more formal mode in a different setting because the room changed. When you're unsure, start with Z. That is the safer default in formal or unfamiliar situations. And then switch only when the other person clearly opens that door. This one habit will save learners from so many awkward moments because integration is not just about speaking correctly, it is about reading the room correctly too. And German rewards that. Now let's fix the final layer, the hardware. Because sometimes your grammar is not the main problem. Sometimes your mouth is still speaking English, even your brain is trying to speak German. So here are 3 high impact pronunciation upgrades. The first one, the ish sound. For that you have to say E and keep your tongue high and flat. And then next, push air gently out. E, ish, ish. That soft hiss is the direction you want for the ish loud. Like in ish, mish, wichtig. Not the hard K, not the ish. Just a soft, narrow friction sound. The second, the relaxed ER ending. Words ending in ER often do not sound like a strong English R. So instead of heavy Wasser or Lehrer, German often relaxes that ending closer to Wasser, Lehrer, not sloppy, just lighter. And that one shift alone makes many learners sound much more less rigid. The third one, the U trick. So for that you have to say E again. Now freeze your tongue. Do not move it. Only round your lips into a small circle. Like E, U, E, U. That gets closer to U. Like in müde, über, fünf. Just make sure your tongue stays and only your lips move. Do not chase perfection, chase recognizability. Because pronunciation improves fastest when learners stop trying to sound impressive and start trying to sound clear. The next, the stress test. And here's where most people level up fast. You have to stop practicing only in safe, slow textbook mode. Use AI to simulate pressure. Try prompts like, act like an impatient landlord, I'm asking about my caution, speak only in German A2, interrupt me, be realistic. Or you can also phrase it like, act like a university office worker, I need help with my document. Ask follow-up questions in slow German. This is how you build real-life reflexes. And it's okay to fail 100 times with the bot, so you don't freeze once in the real-life moment. And here for you, I have prepared 30 days roadmap. You can download it and use it for free from our Discord server. And if you like this video, you will also like this one here. And I see you in the next one. Tschüss.